We don't know what they are or where they came from, but we know that UFOs are real. So what are we going to do about them? And why is nobody freaking out? Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, author of Extraterrestrial, joins us now. Thanks so much for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
We had a great conversation recently on my podcast about the theories that you advance in your book and everything that we've learned about UFOs recently. Why do you think it is that so many Americans seem to be dismissive of this or not paying attention to it when it should be, I think, one of the biggest stories that we are all talking about?
Well, I do think that the general public is very interested, and it's just that the scientific community very often ridicules this subject, and we should be guided by evidence. And in the context of UFOs, we should get more data on these and make it part of the scientific research program that we have.
Mm-hmm. It seems to me that we need to have more transparency toward all of these things so that you don't have kind of a fictionalized version of it that is thought up by people. Why has that been so difficult?
Well, because people prefer to be in their comfort zone. And, one reason I'm interested in seeking intelligence in space is because I don't often find it here on Earth. There was this first interstellar object that we discovered in the sky called Oumuamua. It means a scout in the Hawaiian language. That's where the telescope was in Hawaii that discovered it. And it didn't look like anything we have seen before, not like a comet or an asteroid. And it had so many anomalies that I describe in my book that it's basically a wake-up call for us to search every object that comes into the solar system from outside. And the experience should be just like walking on the beach. Most of the time you see rocks or seashells that were naturally produced, but every now and then you might see a plastic bottle that tells you there is a civilization out there.
We started the conversation tonight, this evening, with a conversation about the moonshot 60 years ago. What can we do to get more and more young people in particular more interested in space and in this kind of research going forward?
Well, I do think that the future of humanity is in space, because currently all our eggs are in one basket here on Earth, and there is a risk that a major catastrophe will destroy everything that is precious to us. And we do need to think about spreading our eggs in multiple baskets, and that means going to other planets in the solar system or even beyond. And I do think that there was a lot of excitement with the Apollo program, and since then it sort of died out, and it's about time to rekindle it.
Professor Loeb, thanks so much for taking the time to join me. This is always a fascinating discussion.